Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel, Designs with Paper. The video I have for you today is just me recording a crafty play. I have purchased some new dies and I wanted to just sit down without a design in mind and see what I could come up with. The end result were 3 cards and a giant oops. So come watch the cards, come watch the play, and come watch the recovery. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the video. My video today is a 3-card project using these birdhouse die sets from Spellbinders and Vicky Papaioannou. I have the spring birdhouse, the fall birdhouse, and the birds on a branch set. And I have all of these pieces cut out and assembled and inked up for some dimension and ready to go onto the front of card bases. I did cut the birds out multiple times in different colors so that I had varying colors for the wings and the bellies, and I didn't want them all to be one color. So here I will take this little birdhouse and the nest and just kind of finish assembling them. I have the nest die actually cuts the slit that you can slide those eggs right into. So I have just added them and stuck them down with some washi tape. And this blue birdhouse, I wanted a little bird to be sticking out through the opening. So I taped him back in there, or her, whatever, with a little bit of washi tape, and then stuck the brown cutout piece from the die right behind the bird. So it just kind of holds him in place and looks like a shadow. I have 3 card panels here, and I am taking my Waffle Flower A2 layers dies and cutting them down to be about 4 by 5 1/4. I also decided to pull out my scrap bin, wow, and find some white cardstock for clouds and some green scraps for grass. That MFT cloud die is really nice. It has both the outline and the solid image for the cloud, so you can use both pieces. This lawn fawn die for the grass, I really like. It has a curved piece and a straight piece, so you can layer them really easily. I have a little bin on my desk that has my smaller than card front pieces of cardstock in it, organized by color, so that I can just find what I'm looking for and pull them out, because like most paper crafters, I hoard my scraps way more than I should. Okay, so now for the assembly. I have these 2 pieces of grass all adhered together, and I'm stacking them on the front of this card panel. I will add this little fence piece that comes with the spring birdhouse die set, and then I will begin to figure out where to put all the other pieces. And I couldn't decide if I wanted this fence behind the grass, in front of the grass. I mean, I didn't plan this very well, obviously. And I will tell you right now that this crafting day became the crafting day of card making nightmares. It has been a long time since I had a project go downhill so quickly with such an easy thing. But we'll get to that. Don't worry. It did recover, just not well. In fact, it took me 3 days to figure out how to save these projects. And when I finally figured it out, I forgot to turn the record button on the camera on. So I don't even have video footage of me figuring out how to fix this mess. Which I guess that's kind of good, because then I don't have to relive the mess that it actually was. But it was a mess. Once I got these cards all assembled, they sat on my desk for 3 days until I could bear to look at them again, because I was so frustrated and so angry, and it was odd. It just kind of completely destroyed my crafting mojo for the day. Once I have the clouds and the grass adhered, I will cut off the edges and add some birds and move on to the next card panel. I like the idea of having this one little bird standing on that fence. I thought it was pretty accurate. That little birdie's feet fell off, so I had to glue them back on. We can't have a footless birdie. But I love that these bird dies come with these little feet as well. It's a very well thought out set of dies. Vicky did a really good job with her design. I have been watching Vicky's channels forever, and I just love, love, love these birdhouse dies. So here we're moving on to the second card front. I'm just trimming off those pieces of grass and adding the branch. Now the branch comes in the Sweet Birds on a Branch set with all of the birds. And it does not come with the nest. The nest comes from the Spring Birdhouse set. And again, I am adding some clouds, both the frames and the solid pieces, just for a little variety. And once again, the liquid adhesive, the Tombow glue, is becoming my nemesis and making the die cut stick more to my hands than the card front. But this is the world I live in. Liquid glue and I, we agree to coexist because we are mutually necessary for each other, not because we necessarily like each other. I am just going to go through here and add some leaves and some flowers and some birds to the branch and the nest. When I showed my 9-year-old this card, he said it was a perfect card for a new baby. So there you go. This could be a new baby card. I feel like this stamp or these die sets are very versatile. They could be new baby, new house, new couple, wedding. They're very versatile images that can be used for just about anything. Now that little heart in that yellow birdhouse, I lost the yellow piece, and so I stuck a little yellow heart glitter piece in it, and that didn't love it, and that kind of is what became the downfall of this project, me trying to fix that little heart-shaped sequin that didn't really fit and didn't really stand out. Anyway, so we have this little blue birdhouse, and we are going to add some flowers around the sides and edges of this birdhouse, and then we will move on a little bit quickly. I didn't ever really feel like this card was finished well, so when I went to correct my big oopsie at the end, I did add some more finishing touches to this card, and I did like how it turned out after that. One of the things I did to dress up this card was to add some bling to the flowers to make them look a little bit pretty, a little bit less flat. Now I'm just going to go ahead and keep adding some leaves in around the birdhouse, and it seems kind of odd. It's just kind of hanging there in the there's no branch, no string. It needed some finishing touches for sure, and I just was not sure how to finish that off in the moment. So I guess the big oopsie at the end was a good thing. It allowed me time to figure out how I wanted to finish up this card. So here I've got another bird. I'm going to add some brown cardstock to the back of this bird's eyes and a little scrap of yellow to the back of its mouth. And I will just stick that down with a piece of washi tape as well. I just pulled these scraps out of my trash. These are not my hoarder size pieces. When they get this little, I do throw them away. And I'm just going to add this bird onto the card base with a little bit of foam tape. Now that we've got this other bird on here, we have to clean the space up and go ahead and attach these card fronts to card bases. Now I have pulled out 3 pieces of cardstock. They are 4 1/4 inches wide by 11 inches tall, and they are scored at the 5.5 inch mark so that they can be top folding portrait style cards. That seems to be my standard. I don't know when it became my standard, but that is just kind of how I typically make cards, top folding portrait style. So I will just go ahead and add these card fronts onto these card bases and get down to making them pretty. Now the first thing I did was to grab some bling, and I have these flat back self-adhesive pearls from Stampin' Up, and they have been in my stash for I don't even know how long. I mean, truly I am a craft supply hoarder. And I do believe that adage that collecting craft supplies and using them are 2 separate hobbies. And this is the beginning of the end. And this is where it all went downhill. This is a before shot. This is before I decided in some alternate universe it would be a good idea to put black glossy accents into that little heart cutout to make it more dramatic. This is before that same bottle of black glossy accents squirted black goo all over my card. So, like I said, I forgot to hit the record button when I finally sat down 3 days later to see what I could do to salvage these cards. I added a branch and some flowers to cover up the torn paper from peeling off the glossy accents. And to this little blue card or blue birdhouse, I added a fence to the front, and that kind of finished it off as well. I did not add sentiments to any of the cards because I figured I could do that later. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed my big fat oopsie. Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down and send me a comment. I like to hear your opinions. Thanks for stopping by.